What's up, friends? Hey, I am just doing this off the cuff live. This is Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. This is the live stream that I do. It's for fun. I do it for fun. I enjoy it. Is that a good reason? And today, so today is Friday as I'm doing this live, September 9th, 2022. And I'm going live on Facebook right now, on YouTube and Twitch. Now, the reason I'm doing this, I usually do this live stream on Mondays, on Wednesdays. I'm doing this now. I'm going to start doing it on Friday, but I don't have this scheduled. I'm just going live right now. Okay. And if I if I don't do this, I will be mad at myself. It's just a matter of my reputation with myself. That's really the reason. Um, so right now, there's it's a very very tight niche, very niche down audience, which means it's just all on me. And the I'm going to get right to it. I'm just going to tell you this exists because part of the problem, if you don't, you know if you put your work out there and no one knows it exists, then what is the point? Does that make sense? That's all there is to it. It's really simple. If you don't know this exists, then why do it? I had a friend who made a bunch of paintings of horseshoe crabs and didn't want to tell anyone. I mean, it was just a fun thing, but he didn't want to tell anyone they exist. And I told him, well, what's the point? And he got mad at me. But I do believe that if you don't put it out there, there's no point. Um, so I don't want to make this too stupid. I don't want to make it stupid at all. So, but I do ask you to, leave a comment. Let me know if you can leave a comment, even if you are making fun of me. I don't care. If you leave a comment and you make fun of me, just make it funny. If you have anything negative to say, please make it funny in some way. Otherwise, keep it positive. Keep it positive. That's all I ask. Okay. So, um, if you're watching on Twitch, the I don't think you can see the link to the NFT. I don't think I think the way it's set up, you're not seeing the description and details. So let me put this out there. Let's be friends on Twitter because all the info is on my Twitter. Right at the top of my Twitter, all the info is there. Okay, so let's be friends on Twitter. Come on. I I don't know why I like Twitter so much, but I think it's because it's just immediate. Like there's no hesitation. Sure, there's a lot of bots, but the people that are there are really interesting. Um, and I like Twitter because it's about ideas, like it's about words, and I that's kind of my art form is words. I like using words, lyrics, and writing. I think I'm a better writer than I am speaker because I like right now I'm kind of rambling because I tend to like have a lot of ideas and I want to tell you all of them at once, and it just can confuse people. So I'm trying not to do that. But I think that's why I like words. That's why I like ideas. Um, and that's why I like Twitter. So all the info's there. Now I can't play. There's a link to if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube. I don't think the link is visible on Twitch right now, but there is You have to type this URL and go over to the Safe New Media website. That's the easiest way. It's all there at safenewmedia.com/singles. Once again, you're watching Hidden Secrets Revealed live. This is a live stream that I do. I do this live stream for fun. I enjoy it. I like talking to people. This is what I do. Like I started this thing called Safe New Media because I enjoy creating stuff and I want to do more of it. So it's going to be sometimes I'm going to be terrible, I'm going to be ridiculous, but you know, I am who I am. And I want you to be who you are. Okay? So I'm just taking a huge risk by just blah 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 talking because I don't have any bullet points. I don't have anything mapped out. I don't There's an NFT, a one of one NFT. I don't have a roadmap for you. I don't it, I don't believe that there needs to be utility. None of that matters. I really think it's all a joke. But what's beautiful about NFTs is the provenance. It's This is why NFTs are so interesting to me. Because there's never been a way to do this before. Hang on, my batteries are getting I have the batteries that sometimes die on me. So I'm going to try to save my battery here. Hang on, I got to plug this thing in before it drops off. And I'm going to try to talk and plug this thing in at the same time. Okay. Now, so the thing I love about NFTs is it is because of the provenance. I don't Number one, I don't understand. I'm not. I can be a dumb shit. All right. There's a lot of things I just zone out. I just don't understand. But that's why I need you guys who are smarter than me to, fill me in. That's why I just want to learn from people. I just want to talk to people because everyone knows something that you don't know. And there's a lot that I don't know. There's more that I don't know than what I do know, you know. So, I don't understand a lot of I didn't learn how to code. I wasn't I just wasn't good at math. So I just kind of avoided a lot of stuff. But that doesn't mean I don't love it. It's just I'm putting out there that there's a lot I don't understand. Okay, but what I do understand is the provenance that a NFT provides. It's incredible. It's an amazing technology. I love it. The way I have my system set up. By the way, I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I just go live for about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna start doing this on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So that's why I'm here on Friday, unannounced. But I'm gonna start doing it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this time of day, wherever you're at in the world, if you're watching live. So that's the plan. Now, the music video, the way I have my system set up here, I'm not going to play you the whole thing. Okay, but you can go to safenewmedia.com/singles and it's all there. There is an article that I wrote on Mirror that goes in depth. Again, because I think I write better than I talk because I can organize my thoughts, and it's just easier for me. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try to talk. And anyway, I wrote an article on Mirror, Mirror XYZ, and it's there. There's a link to it on at safenewmedia.com/singles. Um, I have it on my Twitter. Let's be friends on Twitter. Did I mention that? I'm mentioning it because I have, there's people coming on and dropping off and coming on and dropping off. So somebody, it's always new information for somebody. Okay, so this is my Twitter. Also, okay, you guys have to forgive me, but I don't like Discord. I'm sorry. I know that's not a popular opinion, but Discord is too overwhelming for me. There's too much going on. Like I need simple, or I zone out, or I just move on. For a person like me, Telegram is the way to go. Like it's more, I don't know. I like it better. I know not everyone uses it. More people use Discord, but I like Telegram. So there's a Telegram for Safe New Media. It's not token gated. I think you can token gate Telegram. I need to consult with someone who knows how to do it. But for right now, it's just my channel. It's my communication channel. Telegram, Safe New Media. I also invite you to Spotify. There's a link there. If it's all there at safenewmedia.com. There's a couple of music reviews of other records that I like. A lot of the stuff that's on that page, I have to make time to do a lot of it. Not important right now. I'm gonna move on. So here's the plan for this live stream. I wanted to tell you that this NFT exists. It's a one of one. It's on Zora. I At this point, I I haven't created my own contract yet. So it's I'm experimenting a lot. I'm learning as I go. Okay, but it is an accomplishment for me to mint a music NFT at all. So I put it on Zora. There's a link to it there at safetymedia.com/singles. If you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, there's a link in the description. But otherwise, you have to go to safetymedia.com/singles. So the thought process behind it, this is what I just want to touch on, is I want you guys to know this exists, because if nobody knows it exists, then no one's going to collect it. But someone will collect it. It's a song that it's not on an album. It's not on any album. It's just a single. But if you are curious, I do have an album. The single is not on this album, but this album, it's called Surplus, is the full-length album. It's on Spotify. I'm pointing to my hat because it says Surplus, because it's from the album. So that is a record of 11 songs. But this single is not on that. I explain it all in the in-depth article on Mirror XYZ. And I go into the thought process of starting from how I got here. I'm not going to read it to you right now, but I will. But if you want to go in depth into my thought process, there's a Mirror article that tells you everything about my history, like my musical endeavors that brought me here. I've been a musician since I was a kid. And after the pandemic, it gave me a chance, when the shit hit the fan, it gave me a chance to, kind of shut everything else out. I left New York. I moved away from New York, and I came to where I am now, undisclosed location. I call it the Fenn compound, where I'm broadcasting now, away from the city, away from people, and away from civilization. Compared to New York, it's literally there's actually are people in the area, but it feels like there's not. Anyway, that's another subject entirely. But if you want to, I have a song on my record called on my Surplus record. The first track on that album um, is kind of about this situation. In the lyrics in that I refer to it as the farm. I moved to the farm. Listen to that. Um, but let's once again talk about the new single. So this song, In the Secret Place, is a song that I actually wrote before any of the songs on Surplus record. So this song predates the Surplus record. Um, I wrote the song in September 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago. Was it 3 years? It's time flies. It's it's weird how like things happen. Like after, you know, 2019, just everything just kind of blurs together. But I wrote the song In the Secret Place in September of 2019. And I performed it live the next day at a place called in New York at a place called Naked Angels, at art actors community of actors and writers, because acting is one of the things that I enjoy doing. And I was just getting into acting. I just kind of started to become a professional actor. You know, I had this. Um, I just got accepted to this improv group when the pandemic hit, and I left New York, and I didn't get to participate. So I left, and they replaced me now. But I bring that up because I was an actor. I mean, I am whatever. You know what I mean. I was interested in acting. Um, when in 2019, when I wrote the song In the Secret Place, I was that's what I was doing. But um, I had just picked up writing songs again. I go into depth in the article on Mirror, the Mirror article about this. That is you can find a link to it there at safetymedia.com/singles. But it's called, I think I titled it How to Die and Live Again. Because it's a story of death and rebirth. Um okay, so I'm going to go into some more detail now and get personal with you guys. I'm going to get personal with you guys, and this is on the internet, so there's no hiding. So music was the thing that I enjoyed doing as a kid, and it's what you do when you're young is an indication of what you are good at and what you what you might wanna do as a career. Not always, but often, more often than not. What you do in your youth as a child that you enjoy doing, you might I mean, sometimes if you wanna be a pro football player, you can't always do that if you get injured and you get too old. So things happen, but in my case, I did not wanna play sports. I wasn't very good at sports. Oh, skateboarding, I was my thing. I wasn't that good of a skateboarder, but I enjoyed doing that. But I didn't wanna go pro. I wanted to write songs. I picked up guitar. I played guitar. Started playing guitar when I was about around 15 years old, and now I'm Gen X. Okay, so I'm letting you guys know I'm Gen X. I'm no spring chicken, um, but I've experienced, you know, a good amount and made enough mistakes to where, like, this is where I am now. Um, Realizing that music is a valuable thing to do. I'll get into why I quit doing music and why I started again. So I grew up, starting bands, playing in bands, writing songs. And a funny thing that happened is I was voted in high school in the yearbook most likely to be a rock star. And if I was the one in that school who's most likely to be a rock star, then like these kids didn't have a chance if I'm the one. But it's just a funny anecdote to tell you to reiterate that that's what I did. That's what I enjoyed doing. I played in bands. I wrote songs. Um, the first music that I put out, I played in bands. I put out tapes, and and then I'm Gen X, so I know what it's like before social media. If you're watching on Twitch, there's a good chance you you were born into social media. You don't you don't have, you weren't here before it existed. But there was a time when there was no social media, there was no internet. It was I mean, there was, but it was like in the 90s when I was a kid. It was new, and that there's a parallel there to NFTs in crypto. It the parallel is in come on. Sorry, my thing blinked out. Am I on? Okay. Um, so it was new, and I see that parallel now with NFTs and cryptocurrency and the whole Web3 technology, blockchain technology thing. It is the I see the same parallel because I remember when the internet was new and people didn't understand it. And then you had people like Jeff Bezos who got it. Like he saw the numbers and realized that this is huge. And here we are. He's one of the richest people in the world. Don't I'm going to digress. We don't need to go down that. That's off topic. But newness and a significant technology though. It is very significant. Like I said, I don't being not a coder, not good, not someone who's, one of a math whiz. There's a lot I don't know how to what I don't know what's going on half the time. But I I do I love the technology. I think it's fascinating. What what it has opened up. Like the idea that just it's revolutionary that you can own something digital. And it's seriously critique the critique is like it's stupid and you're not owning anything. It's digital like you own property in the metaverse. That's stupid. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is that it's provenance. It's a provenance record that is immutable. So, in this case of music NFTs, um, it's amazing, and it's not only is it provenance, not only does it allow you to show that you have ownership of a digital thing, but from the artist, as an artist, you have to understand that um, there's been so much manipulation in the economy that undervalues music. And physical art is a little bit different. There's some parallels to physical art, like in the art world. Um, I come from an art background. That's the other thing that I've part of my life. Um, but in the art world, like there are physical objects with value, and that's easy to wrap our head around. Like from an evolutionary perspective, it's easier to our we wrap our head around. It's easier to understand a physical thing because you can touch it, and it's just easier for us to understand. But for example, um, if you go into a cafe, you see someone on their laptop. There are some people that would just assume that they're checking their email, but they're when when the person is probably writing code that is like incredibly creating so much value. But if you can't see it, it's hard for you to understand it. Anyway, that's my point is if you can't see it, it's hard to wrap our head around. But with so it's kind of easier to attach value to a physical art object. It just is. Like if Jeff Koons sells one of his rabbit sculptures for millions of dollars at Christie's auction or whatever. I don't know if that happened, but it probably did. It's okay. We understand it. It's like a physical object. Okay, but if if an artist sells a JPEG for millions of dollars, you and I get it because we understand what NFTs are. But someone from the outside looking in just thinks it's balderdash. Anyway, my point is that once you get it, once you understand, it's amazing. It blows my mind. Once you understand what it is. I am totally destroying this topic, but smash that subscribe button, pummel that subscribe button into submission. Okay, I've been just rambling for almost a half hour now. I got to wrap it up. But I want to make sure that I make all my points. Um, go read the article in depth. If you want to take the time. If it's too long, didn't read. This is the TLDR version. I wanted to write. I wanted to release editions, like low budget editions of this single, but instead I released this one of one for 0.7 ETH. That's the TLDR. But the reason, like the thought process, is all in depth in that article. So quick. I'm going to close the loop that I started a minute ago. How I started. Music was my thing as a kid. I was writing songs. It's what I wanted to do, and then sort of life got distracted by life and needed to get a job, and so I started working retail, and, I was actually a makeup artist. Makeup artist was my job for a long time, like, it's what I was doing. I was pretty good at it, but, it's not what I wanted to be known for. I'm one of those weird personalities that I wanna like Captain Kirk, like, he needs to know I'm a Star Trek nerd, in the Star Trek movie Generations, where Captain Kirk and Picard were in the same movie, I'm gonna totally nerd out, guys. Remember, if you saw that movie, um, Captain Kirk was the sh was the kind of character who needed to make a difference, like, that's what drove him, and there was the theme of that movie was, like, family and belonging and needing to make a difference. I can relate to that because 'cause I'm that kind of personality, not that I can do a drop kick and explore planets and seek new life and new civilizations and boldly go where no one has gone before, but I would if I could. Um, I'm that type of personality. So for whatever reason, I didn't want to be known as a makeup artist. Like, I think I s it's there's something about knowing you're gonna die someday that makes life really urgent, and, like, you not to be morbid, but what do you want on your tombstone? What do you want to be known for? Like, what most people will forget you. You will be forgotten. But if you could be remembered, what would it be for? And I didn't want it to be as a makeup artist. Like, I didn't want that to be what I was known for because it was so, like, empty to me. Like, it wasn't doing so surface level. It's ridiculous. I know it doesn't make any sense, any rational sense, but it was so surface level. It's not what I wanted to be known for. Um, Leave a comment, smash that subscribe button, pummel that subscribe button into submission. I'm broadcasting live on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch right now, and I'm just going off the cuff, unannounced. But this is a live stream that I do, and I'll probably just if you haven't, you know, if you weren't here from the start of when I went on 33 minutes ago, I meant to do this for 15 minutes, and now it's 33 minutes later. Um, but that's why I'm making these points again. I'm asking you to smash that subscribe button. And this is what I enjoy doing. Um, anyway, it's silly, but it's called Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. It's just I decided I needed to do a live stream, and I just came up with this title, and I thought it was funny. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. How we got here. I'm gonna wrap it up, but I'm gonna conclude my the open loop that I started, the story that I just began 33 minutes or so ago. Um, I became a makeup artist for work, and I was. It turns out that I just I had some major flaws, major character flaws. Like, I was a jerk. I was just a jerk. I went astray. I went terribly astray. Not to get into it because I want to keep it light, but I went astray. I got I got into a very bad place psychologically, spiritually, mentally. I In retrospect, I didn't take ownership. I blamed others for my problems. Like, I had some serious flaws, some demons I had to confront. So, um, I was still making music while I was a makeup artist. Um, in fact, when I put out the first album, I went I used the moniker Sean Allen Fenn and the Maids of Dishonor, and the uh, the first and I put out an album called The Gutters of Heaven. That was like my first solo project. And then the next album, I moved to New York and I started a band called the Eidolons and made a record called the name of the album was No One Ever Sticks Around That Long. The songs are good. I like because that band was really good. Like the guys that I collaborated with was really good, better musicians than me. So that's. But we broke up. Excuse me, I'm just talking so much. I got to wrap it up. But um, this is important. I'm gonna mute for a sec because I'm gonna mute for a sec. Pardon me. Okay. Um, so I landed in a bad place, and I this was around 2010. A couple of years earlier, 2008 was a bad financial crisis. The world, it was a mess economically, the housing crisis and whatnot. So I lost my job as a like I was working retail. I was making good money, and I lost my job, and I because I wasn't in the right place mentally. I was a jerk, and I was very very bad to people. To the relationships that I had were I was I was in a bad place. I treated people badly. It's like a lot of the stuff is so embarrassing. I don't even want to bring it up. But it was just I was at a very dark place, and I was so depressed and in this dark, just in this dark despair. I lost my job, and I was a hot mess. I was a dumpster fire. Like my life turned into a dumpster fire, and so I lost everything, hurt people, lost all my friends because I was such a jerk, and I was living in Brooklyn. This is a very serious moment. Okay, do I have your attention? Because this is I gotta go here so I can tell you the end of the story. Um, my This is my why. I lost everything. I was in a very dark place, and like I woke up one day, and I was an addict type of a person, and I don't wish that despair on anybody, but I want you to know that okay, there are people that are going through things because it's endless. Like people are always going through things like this. There are people that are addicted to alcohol, to drugs, to sex, to things that are not good for them, and they know it's not good, but they think there's no hope. They think there's no way out. They think they're stuck. Like they think this is who they are and that they will never change. There are people like that. There are people in that place. If that's you, I want you to know that it's not true. That God loves you. I I personally am a believer in Jesus. Yeshua is his Hebrew name because that's who delivered me from this dark place. Um, I was in such despair. I was living in Brooklyn. I got on the phone with my father, who who is a minister, who is a like pastor, like, and I and he prayed with me on the phone. And my every I don't know I don't know if he, this is 40 minutes in. But I got to tell you this. I don't know, like scientifically what happened, but this light presence, this presence of light came into my apartment and lifted me of all that junk. And like all that despair was gone. Um, I wasn't, I was not addicted to alcohol or drugs or sex. Just quite the opposite. I just was free. I was completely set free from just all that negativity. And I got like I was given new life. Um, and that my life changed. I turned everything around. Okay, so that's when I stopped making music because I had to get away from the scene. I had to get away from clubs and from bars and from the rock and roll lifestyle kind of thing. I had to get away from it. Um, and I realized, and then I realized like eventually that I needed to acquire some financial literacy. So that's another story entirely. I'm gonna wrap it up, but I had to tell you that because my life changed, my life turned around. I know what it's like to be in despair. I know what it's like to be addicted to like I I'm not gonna relive it, but I'm telling you, I know what it's like to be in a dark place and to come out of it. I know what it's like, and that's now what I make my music about is about life and creating the life you want through your words and your deeds and your thoughts, your mind, will, and your emotions, being in control of that supernaturally in the sense that um, it ye I know every once in a while you see someone like, you know, someone who's got it all together, like Elon Musk is a billionaire and he's done all these things, and you're like, "Wow," you know? But that's a rare exception. For most of us, like, we need help figuring things out, and, um, that is where I have to tell you that you are created in the likeness of Elohim, God, the creator of the universe. Okay, I'm not gonna get spiritual or preachy at all, but I just wanna tell you that that's what my music is about life. It's about creating the life you want. It's about, um, putting words t the being careful with your words, putting words out there that are life-giving, um, using frequencies, like your vibe needs to be in check. Okay, musically, I use higher frequencies than usual. Like, I don't know if you can tell when you listen to it, but, um, I tune my instruments a little bit sharp. I'll just put it that way. Uh, so anyway, my life turned around. I started making music again when the pandemic hit. And just before that, in 2019 is when I wrote the song In the Secret Place. Because like I can't I have to do what I am put here on this earth to do. Um that's all I'm gonna say. I've been going talking straight for almost 45 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna rug myself. If you've never heard that term before, that means I'm gonna end, cut it, cut it off in just a few moments. But first, um, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna end with. I'll play "In the Secret Place," 57 seconds of it. Um, I got to wrap it up, but I appreciate you guys. I'm amazed that there are people actually right now watching. Thank you. But like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is so you know that this music exists. You know this NFT music video exists. It's 0.7 ETH, and that's the asking price that I set for it. And it investing in it helps to expand the kingdom. Put another way, like my intention is to make more records, better records, and provide for my family. And if you have a problem with that, then this is not for you. But I'm here to give a message of love, hope, prosperity, and also logic and reason, but have a little bit of fun and not take myself so seriously. So that's what I'm about. I appreciate you guys. Smash that subscribe button. Join my Telegram. There's a link to it at safenewmedia.com/singles. But here's my Telegram for Safe New Media. I like it better than Discord. My first album is called Surplus. I appreciate you guys listening to that. It's on Spotify and where you enjoy listening to music. I'm on Bandcamp. Okay, that's it. I gotta go. They're doing construction here. I gotta wrap it up. All right, this is it. I'm gonna rug us with this in the secret place. Before I do, I have to do my catchphrase. I have spoken. Okay, here is in the secret place. Just 57 seconds of it. You got to watch the whole thing at safenewmedia.com/singles. Go to this page on Zora if you can click the link. I appreciate. Thank you in advance to the collector of the NFT. Thank you. When you do collect this NFT of the music video, please, if you're, sometimes people do it anonymously, but if you would like to, please reach out to me and get in my Telegram, and we can talk privately if you want. I appreciate you guys. Thank you in advance to the collector of this NFT. And okay, that's it. I got to wrap it up in the secret place. Here it is.
If your tongue were a rudder on the ship of your life, smaller than the sails catching wind, the wind of intention guides the dream.